Welcome to Al and Angela Tugboat of Love Show. I'm Big Al.
And I'm Angela. Good morning, everybody.
She says that no matter what time of day it is. Today we're going to talk about STG, our short-term goal. We want you to get to know who you really are. Do you know who you really are?
That's right. You know, on previous shows, we've talked to you about talking to yourself, listening to yourself, only to help you get to know and be in touch with yourself. We talked to you about not just looking at the man in the mirror, but looking and seeing the man in the mirror.
That's right. See that person in the mirror. We want you to like who you are or become the person you'd like to be. When you really like something, you pay more attention to it. You spend more time to it. Like your favorite TV show.
Your favorite restaurant.
Sports team. So why not give the same attention to yourself? Spend the time on you. You definitely can make a positive change.
That's right. You know, we want you to also become a student for life in this game of life.
That's right.
Learn who you are, what you like or dislike about yourself. You know, find out what you like or dislike about your personality or your character. And don't allow someone else to mold or shape you. You know, also, don't pick up someone else's bad habits. Be it from your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, whoever. Let their bad habits be their own. Let them have ownership of that. You know, you learn from their mistakes. Don't repeat them.
That's right. Don't practice any bad habits and you won't have any.
That's right. You know, can I tell the story about the pot roast?
The pot roast.
The pot roast story?
No, you always mess up the stories. Let me tell you. There was this newlywed couple having pot roast for dinner. And when they started to cook it, the wife cut the ends off the pot roast. And so the husband said, I never seen that before. Why do you cut the ends off the pot roast? She said, that's the way you cook a pot roast. That's the way my mom always did it. Well, why did she do it? She said, I don't know. It has something to do with the flavor of cooking it. And he said, I don't believe that. Let's call your mom and find out. She said, okay. So she called the mom. She said, Mom, we're having pot roast for dinner today. And I cut the ends off just like you always did. Isn't that the way you cook a pot roast? She said, well, yeah, I guess so. She said, well, why do you cut the ends off? She said, well, that's the way my mama did it, your grandma. She said, well, why did she do it? She said, I don't know. Let's call her. So they called up the grandma, and they said, Grandma, we have a question for you. Why do you cut the ends off the pot roast when you get ready to cook it? Isn't that for the flavor or to cook it fully or something like that? And the grandma said, no, baby, I didn't have a pot big enough to put that pot roast in.
See, that's just crazy.
Don't be cutting that pot roast off. You're wasting meat.
Just wasting good meat for no reason. You know, we want you to respect, you know, the different things that you've picked up in life. Respect, you know, your thoughts. But search for solutions to correct any bad habits that you've picked up. You know, whether it be your own bad habits or someone else's.
Right. And if you picked up somebody else's bad habit, you like living their life.
That's right.
And not yours. So you got to get in touch with your inner likes and dislikes. You got to be comfortable in your own skin. Okay?
That's right. You know, and trust, how do I want to say this? Trust in your own instincts. Don't always be a follower.
That's right.
Be
Get in touch
leader.
with your spirit.
Be
That's
a leader
right.
sometimes.
Be a leader.
That's right.
You know, I remember we were sitting under this tree, and I was about 21, 22 or so. And this old gentleman was talking to me about, you know, my dad. Everybody knew my dad. It raised us and everything. And he said, son, I know your dad raised y'all how to cook and clean and sew and stuff like that. You don't need to be doing all that stuff. That's woman's work. I said, woman's work? He said, yeah, let your wife do that. I said, oh, okay. And how long you been married? He said, oh, son, my wife left about 5-10 years ago.
See? That's what we talking about. You can't listen to everybody.
That's right.
You have to have a filter system to find out what's right and what's wrong. You know, what works and what doesn't for you.
That's right. You got to be careful who you follow. They may lead you down the wrong path, that dark alleyway. You know, if they're not successful, how can they tell you to be successful?
That's right. That's right.
You know, they walk has got to equal they talk. Don't listen to just anybody, but definitely listen to yourself, and your spirit will guide you. Okay? All right. So that's our time. So we'll see you next time.
Keep your head above the waters.
I'm Big Al.
And I'm Angela.
On the Tugboat of Love Show.
Goodbye.